we found out that Kelly thinks of herself as a plus size person. That's how she sees herself. That's how she talks about herself. And that's certainly how she thinks about herself. So if Kelly continues to hold strong this identity of I'm plus size, I'm thick, I'm this, I'm that, how, pray tell, is she ever going to be the person who actually is whatever size that she was trying to be? So let me put it in context for you. Kelly was a size 16, US 16, and she was trying to just get back to a healthy 8. But she sees herself, talks about herself as a size 16. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. I don't care what kind of habits you're trying to build. I don't care what life hack you have to build that habit. Until you start to see yourself as that future person, in that future identity, you will not break past your own cycles. You will continue to hold those old habits and you continue to fall back to them. Let me use myself as an example. Guys, most of the time when I'm talking on this show, I'm also talking to myself. I'm also a work in progress, right? We're all just farther along than each other in different areas of life. So please never ever think that I'm preaching to you from the top of the mountain, right? Like I've reached the top and I cannot improve anymore. No, it's not like that. Okay. So even for me, for a long time, I had this image, that I fantasized about, like, oh, this person that is running a 7-8 figure business, has this type of body composition or muscle composition, is this type of way to people. She's kind, she's empathetic, she's so generous, she's loving. But then I would hear myself in conversations and how I'm talking about myself. And I'm saying things like, girl, please, please, I don't have patience for people, or I'm not a people person. I'm like, really? You identify as somebody who is not a people person and you're not patient, yet you want to be that person who speaks to other people into other people's lives and build a whole business around it? Really? No wonder. That is why a lot of times, when I try to start this kind of thing, this kind of business, this kind of coaching or whatever, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. Because I have set some kind of standard for myself that is based on my identity of how I see myself. So remember the habit I said you've been trying to break or you've been trying to keep for a long time and you keep breaking it off and on, off and on. Now, I want you to think about the kind of person that actually has that kind of habits, that is just how they are. You probably know of somebody or know someone personally who is already living out that habit. How would you describe them? What words would you use to describe them? Confident, bold, discerning, like what word is that? You need to start seeing yourself being described as that word. Your identity is kind of like a thermostat, right? That's a great analogy for it. When you set the thermostat of your house to a certain temperature, how does the thermostat work? Let's say my own right now is 17 degrees Celsius, right? So that means I'm trying to keep it warm because it's warmer than it is outside, right? So outside, let's say it's 12 degrees Celsius. This thing is going to heat up. And then when the room gets to 17 degrees Celsius, it's going to just calm down and just be there. If it tries to go above that 18 degrees or whatever, it calms down again, brings it down to 17. That right there is what identity is. That is why, have you ever noticed where sometimes maybe, let's use your bank account, for example, you get to a certain level, yeah, and then And then before you know it again, it's come back down to this level. It's like, what is going on? I was doing so well, right? Or you start a workout program and you're going and it's great. Or like Kelly, she's following all her protocols. And then all of a sudden, it's like, what is wrong with me? Like, first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just not aligned to the kind of person that you need to be in order to live that kind of life, right? You're calling yourself something else and you're trying to be something else. No wonder it feels frustrating to try to build a new habit.